Thanks for waking up with us. It is 5:44. Every 10 minutes we do a check of the weather with KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sarah Knox. And Sarah, you have a lot of forecast on tap for us this week.
Oh yeah, and believe it or not, we only have, a couple days before the weekend comes, and yeah, we've got a lot going on in those couple days. So let's get started first with a live look over Austin, where the radar's trying to pick up on a little activity. It's not exactly happening. So wherever we are seeing that possibility for a few flakes, maybe a few falling down, but otherwise it is a dry start to the morning and it is a chilly one once again. We're starting off at 19 degrees in Rochester, 25 in Austin, so a tad bit cooler, 27 in Charles City, and that is a sign of things to come. These temperatures are going to be rising much higher than they did yesterday, but we're going to be dealing with the cloud cover. So here's that radar I mentioned. It looks a bit busier than it really is, where we're seeing a lot of these white color, indicating where, a lot of this may be trying to reach the ground, but there's still plenty of dry air. Even some of these lighter blues, not seeing much activity. So that being in mind, if you do happen to see a few flakes coming down, do note that the roads could be a tiny bit slick, otherwise a-okay for the morning commute. Now moving on to Sky Tracker. This is where it all begins. I'll push time forward and you'll notice that we are dealing with cloud cover pretty much throughout the day, but as we enter into the afternoon, that was starting around noon, kind of moving into around 1 p.m., that's where we start to see some activity begin. Now it does show a chance for some snowfall. It's going to be very dependent on how the temperatures at the time. Most of us will be looking at more of that mix, maybe a possibility for rain. Now this is the very beginnings. You can see it's kind of keeping to the northeast corner here as we go through the rest of the day, but by the time we get into the evening hours and ultimately the overnight, more of that scattered activity begins to build. This is around 10 p.m. tonight, and now I'm going to move into early morning on Friday, even starting to see some yellows and maybe even oranges appear. So the rainfall timeline, another way of looking at it, is that we'll be seeing light rain pretty much starting from the afternoon, extending as we head into the overnight, where the temperatures rise and then the chance for some heavier rain arrives. Now, let's move forward in time. This is around 9 a.m. on Friday. A lot of speckled activity, but then things start to really ramp up as we get into the afternoon. This is around 4 p.m. The center of this massive system is pretty much right there on our area, which brings us a chance for some of these deeper reds, meaning the possibility for some stronger thunderstorms, some heavier rain pockets, and even some severe weather. This is around 5 p.m., pushing time to around 6 p.m. So that's generally when we're going to be dealing with this. But then on the back end of the system comes the chance for some snowfall, even some darker blues embedded in there, indicating that we could see some heavy snowfall from this. This is around 4 a.m. on Saturday. So let's talk first about the severe weather risk. Some of us still in this orange color here. That is a level 3 of 5 risk. Level 2 for the yellow, level 1 when it comes to the green. All of us look at a chance for severe weather, and this is looking to be a wind event. However, all forms of severe weather will be possible, especially as you get more into that orange and red color when it comes to the higher levels. Again, we're watching for some damaging winds, some strong wind gusts. And then as that backside of the system moves through, a winter storm watch will be going into effect for the areas there in the blue. So northern portion of our area right now, 3 to 6 inches as of right now will be possible. Plus we're going to have to deal with blowing snow. And here in the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view, it shows that busy start to the weekend will quickly change as we get into Sunday. So a lot of the snow that we may see, if any of it does actually stick, if it's very plowable, very wet, heavy snow, does stick on Saturday, it's going to be melting away by the time these temperatures get into the mid-50s the next day.
Thanks for that update, Sarah.
Of course.
The people of Nashville